I'm CT. When I'm not hosting podcasts, I live in the real world. I mean, everybody has to work, right? My job just happens to be CS, customer service. You know, solutions, relationships, and generating motivation to keep your team pumped up and connected to every single guest who moves through your store. This is C.T.C.S. Episode number 47, The Walls Don't Move, Only People Do.
Transition walk number 1 as we head back to customer service today. And, old thought habits never disappear. Been gone for 11 days. So therefore, it's that transition period of, how do you go from talking with some of the most creative people on the planet when it comes to writing books and movies, TV shows and stuff like that, to all of a sudden you're going to be at a grocery store in front of everyday real people. And I had that conversation with Lois Stewart today. Do some research on Lois. You'll find out that she's just unbelievable. And we talked about how being in the public like that, such as customer service, really is the art of listening. And from the art of listening, life's everyday stage provides an atmosphere of entertainment. All right, I'm headed into the store. It has been 11 days since I've been here, but that's because I also have, I take Monday through Wednesdays off. And so that's 6 days there. But from being diagnosed with COVID-19, this is actually my 7th day. So if we're going to go by the rules of the CDC and things like that, I really should be wearing this mask for at least 3 more days because I don't want to give anybody COVID. I know we had a coworker that came back and wasn't wearing her mask, and that's how new guy Bill believes he got COVID. So the mask is definitely on. Well, it's pretty much like getting back on a bike. Instantly, your body goes into customer service mode, and you start super serving people, and you notice right away that your laugh is there, and you're listening to them, and they're saying things that are really quite funny. And I think that's the one thing that I missed over the past 11 days is that, guys, you have no idea that real people say the damnedest thing, and I can't help but laugh about it. My biggest pet peeve, and I think it's because I'm nighttime customer service, that means we clean the store. And I mean, we scrub the store, we make it look good for those that come in the next morning. It's one less thing that they have to think about. But I'm gone 11 days. You would think somebody would empty the vacuum cleaner, right? They did not. Jam-packed full. Not only that, but the screw is missing from the handle. It falls all over the place. So my first mission today is get that damn vacuum cleaner fixed because I'm going to need it tonight. 3 hours into the shift, and you can already hear it in my vocals. I'm very tired. The vocals are very tired. I didn't realize I had injured them as hard as I did, and the body itself is just taking a frickin' beating. I thought I was stronger than this, being out as long as I was and everything like that. But I mean, I'm only 3 hours in, and God Almighty, 6 hours still to go. I have a feeling it's going to be a rough night tonight. So it's 6:36 p.m. and I just had the conversation I didn't want to have with anybody. In my personal life and in my professional life, I've always been a pusher and reaching beyond where you're supposed to be going. And, I didn't know that having COVID-19 was going to affect me the way that it's affected me today. I'm not that guy that can put in 9 to 12 hours a day. And the manager comes up to me and says, "Why are you moving so slow?" I didn't even think twice. I turned around so quickly to the manager and I said, because I had COVID, all right? I had COVID. Okay, I'm hurting. I'm having problems here and my body aches like you wouldn't believe. I didn't expect this. And not even an apology. Not even an apology. And it's like, okay, I guess that's the way it's going to be. I did go and apologize to the manager. I said that I guess I was in a state of assumption in the way that because you guys have dealt with so many employees with COVID-19 that me coming in here already exhausted and basically taking my first baby steps, you guys would be used to something like that. And I said, I apologize. I'm sore. I'm exhausted. I did not expect to be this weak at all. And you get the answer. It's good. It's all good. And it's like I guess he was just sharing more concern of just wondering, are you okay? And I was the one that bit. Transition walk, day number 2. I do this thing called intentions. When I'm walking, my intention today is to do this. My intention today is to put focus on this. My intention today is to help heal this. And so by saying it out loud and by discussing it with my heart, it allows me to really kind of find the confidence to be able to face the right things. For instance, I know that the first day, I complained a lot about the pain that COVID-19 continues to have. This is only day number 8. I don't want to make this episode all about my COVID and the pain that I'm going through. I've got to figure out a way to where we can help train each other to have pain management. Okay, we've already made it very clear there is pain. Now let's manage it. And I've got 3 days here to try to figure that out. All right, we made the agreement that once you're in the store, it's about pain management and everything like that, right? Keep everything under control. You're going to manage everything. But come on now. I think I have a legitimate one now. I really do. I have long hair. It's in the middle of my back. I'm wearing the mask again. My hair is getting underneath the mask. It's tickling my nose. It's like, and you just want to laugh about it at the same time. It's like it's the most irritating thing. It's like somebody tickling your feet. My wife and I are actually taking on the Oreo cookie company, and the reason why is because their Oreo thins look like that they are covered in chocolate, and then the cookie is on the inside of the chocolate. And they said, no, that's not it. We don't have a cookie like that. And yet, I'm sitting here right now looking at the fudge-covered Oreos, which are covered in chocolate. And so we think it's false advertising. And so we've written letters back and forth with them, and they are taking us on too. I'm very good at knowing who my local broadcasters are, and one of the things that I do when I see them is I recognize them, because there's no better feeling than being recognized in public. So I recognize a sports guy, and right away, because broadcasters are broadcasters, you start playing different head games, and he goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And so I said, big game tomorrow. I mean, come on, the big league is playing for their preseason. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And I said, wait a second. Did you switch TV stations? Because, I mean, I'm so used to doing sports. And he goes, well, I don't know. Maybe I did. What channel are you watching? And I go, I still think you're with Channel 36. And he goes, yes. Because I'm a third-degree black belt, I'm very much aware of anything and everything that moves. I can spot things clear across the store and pretty much predict what's about to happen. An older gentleman, I can see him staggering his way toward the CS desk, and he looks like he's been weighted down with something. And I looked at a new guy, Bill, and I said, he's coming up here for his wallet. And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, I can tell by the way he's walking, and I can see it in his eyes that he has lost his wallet. And he comes up there like 30 seconds later. Anybody find a wallet? Sure enough, that's exactly what it was. I've been at this location for pretty close to 2 years, and I get to know who each and every one of these people are. These guests are more than guests. They're family members to me. And a gentleman comes in today. Seen him a million times, usually a lot on the weekends and things like that. He's got bags in his arms and everything like that, not just regular bags. We're talking about bags full of clothes, bags full of so many things. And he lost his house, and he's currently homeless. And so I went over and I sat down with him in the bar area, and we talked. We sat there and sipped on water, and we talked about how that we're going to go through this struggle together. That whatever he needed for help and stuff like that, find the taxi to go to the hotel. Where maybe we need to get him into a new hotel. But these are my family, man. This kind of stuff. Reality is very difficult sometimes. Coca-Cola has a brand new product out. It's called Dream World Limited Edition, 0 sugar, dream flavored. And we're all drinking it because we want to make sure that we're on the same page here as to how we're going to describe this Coca-Cola. Let me take another drink here. Man, I'm telling you, it tastes like pineapple, mango. You don't taste the Coke flavor at all, but it's got a flavor about it, and it says that it's a Coca-Cola creation. It's for a limited time, but man, it's refreshing. This would go good with some vodka. Word inside the store tonight is that we have a blood moon on the rise. I'm outside at this time, looking for the so-called blood moon on the rise. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, wow. Full moon. Bright orange moon. August. Temperature probably about 81, 82 degrees. Ooh, the werewolves are coming out tonight. How are we going to keep the vampires away? More importantly, could this be the night of the zombie apocalypse? We currently have a couple inside the store right now. They're on the electronic cart. We've talked about this on several different episodes. the electronic carts are a vehicle to get them out of the store. And so what they do is people tend to ignore the electronic carts, thinking, oh, everything's fine. They're on the electronic carts. Well, the thing is that he keeps leaving the store. He's left the store 7 times, and she just goes back and forth. She's pacing back and forth on the main drag, and the cart is full. The one door to the left is locked at this point in time. That's usually the escape route that people do. So now we're just watching to make sure that we got to work our way, go have a conversation, work our way to get them to go to register number 1 and do the right thing tonight and not to try to do a run. And I know you're thinking, it's an electronic cart. What kind of a run? Once again, people think that because you're on an electronic cart, oh, they're nice people, and then all of a sudden, they're gone. Transition walk, day number 3. It's a Saturday. I think it's like 78 degrees out here in the forest. You can probably hear the birds, long-distance lawnmowers. I've been listening to some interesting music this morning in my attempt to respect time for what time is. We all have very little time in each day. So instead of complaining about it, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to respect it. But my house has been filled with the music of Air Supply this morning. Yeah, that band. I was a jock on the radio when Air Supply first appeared on the music scene. Arista Records, man. In fact, I've talked with some of the bigwigs of Arista. We talked so much about the history of that label and what it did to AM as well as FM radio. But yeah, I don't think it was a memory stroll. I think it was just respecting the music as I was respecting time. I want you to listen to this. The sounds of the forest. About 11:20 in the morning. Can you hear the waterfall in the background? See, this is what I carry with me into CS during those moments when a guest comes in, carrying with them another lie about how they didn't get a discount 2 weeks ago, and yet this right here is going to be the day where they're going to get their $9 back. And as much as you're trying to save the money because, you get those bonus checks twice a year on sales, then you got a manager that says, hey, look, just give it to them. I hold on to the sound. This is what gives me peace. When that guest comes in and they've got a basket full of different kind of clothing, soaps, and underarm deodorant, and they just want to steal. Did you hear that car that went by? That's the theft running out the door. Wait a second. Another one. Gone.
Okay, we've got the Advil Dual here. We've got the Tylenol Plus. Gator Light, which has got a lot more electrolytes in it. Got my gum. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm about ready to go into the store. Got my keys. Make sure the door is locked. Important day today. I'm trying to figure out what has the biggest turnover ratio. An NFL team, maybe a prison system. The turnover ratio when things change so quickly and so often. I think a grocery store. And the reason why is because just when you think our team is solid and we're moving forward, there goes another player. There goes another player. Or they bring in players that are coming here to study and become stronger for another store. And so today we're losing a major player. And it's you sit there and you go, geez, what's next? The first theft of the day is we have these little 4-packs of wine, little bottles, maybe 5 or 6 ounces of wine or whatever inside them. And just constantly, somebody will come by, they'll grab a couple of bottles and chug them immediately, and then just leave the little things there. And it's like, I just want to catch that person just one time, just to see who you are, that you would come in and grab a couple of swigs just like that and leave 2 bottles still in. Why don't you just finish them off? Take them all 4 in. One of these days, I'm going to get a great smile out of this guy. He stands about 6'4", and always in a grumpy mood. And I'll go up to him and say, "Hey, how's your day? I don't have time for you. Hey, are you looking for anything? I told you I don't have any time for you." And so, I mean, this has been going on now for almost 2 years. And so, but one day, I just want to catch him off his guard and get him on that, where I just go, "Dude, I'm so glad you're in the store, and see what his reaction is. But right now, and in fact, just 2 seconds ago, and it takes you down immediately. But I go, man, I said, you trying out some new milk? I don't have time for you. I tell you that every time I come in here. I don't have time for you. I know that I promised that I wasn't going to talk about, the COVID-19, but this is actually day number 10 for me. And every bit of the research that I've done has always said that the part that you have to really be careful and watch out for is day number 7 to actually day number 14. And so on the 10th day, my lungs are on fire. I'm here at the store. My lungs are on fire. It's a little bit of difficulty when it comes to breathing. I need to give you an update on the tall gentleman who's always, don't talk to me kind of guy. So he comes up to register number 6, and he always goes to where the young girls are, and then he stands behind them and starts moving around. So you're sitting there watching him left and right to find out if he's going to reach into the till or if he's going to steal something. And so I go over there to make sure that the register is protected, and he, as loud as he goes, "Get away from me! I told you to get away from me!" And so you make a scene, but then you go 3 to 6 feet away, and he knows that I'm watching him. He makes everybody feel so uncomfortable. This is how sneaky our guests are. A woman comes in to buy Josh Prosecco. It's 10% off if you get 6. Okay, you got that picture? 10% off. She's going to buy 5, but she's bringing a bottle back so that she can get her money back and buy that other one so she can get the 10% off. No. Not going to happen. You got to buy all 6. It's not bringing anything back at all. Huge change of plans. Okay, you got to be the team lead. We've had a bagger all week that just doesn't show up, doesn't call, doesn't show up. And so we will be without a bagger from 5 until 10. So Mr. C.S. is going to be doing the bagging. And I said that the way we're going to do this, I'm not going to be bringing in 9-10 carts at a time because I have the Achilles tendon injury. And I said, we'll do it at 5 carts at a time, and we'll just make it work. Because we're always trying to super serve our customers, we do have an open policy that if you overbuy, bring it back, we'll get you your money back. And so there are some that like to take advantage of that. A gentleman bought $300 worth of cheese. $300 worth of cheese. They did not need it. Now, here's the thing about that, is that we did honor it. He did bring it back. He did get his money back. But the very second that it left the register, it's thrown away because it left the building. It's a dairy product. So that was a lot of cheese where we just lost a ton of money on. When your transition walk is about ready to take place, and your bird and your dog are just going totally insane. You do realize when we go outside, I want peace and tranquility so that when I have to face people later on in customer service, I have that zone, okay? Well, okay, so you guarantee that we're going to have peace and tranquility out there then? Right? Oh, Ernie's the bird. He's the one screaming in the background. Jazzy's just, we got to get out of here so I can go find that transition. Man, you learn a lot of things when you take a transition walk through a forest. This past week, I have seen thousands of caterpillars. It's late August. Caterpillars are not a late August kind of a creation that's just out roaming around across the streets and through trees and things like that. So, of course, I had to do some research on this. And believe it or not, in the UK, the caterpillar this late in the season means a lot to the human being. It's very positive in the way that the caterpillar helps with the coughing as well as colds. And the reason why, it explains it. It says there's probably been an overabundance of rain, and there's more leaves, there's more pollen in the air, and the caterpillars are feeding their young. And so what happens when we're around pollen and stuff? We're all sneezing and coughing, and we feel like crap. So it's very positive to see these caterpillars out here. So what's happened here this week is that we've lost 2 managers. One, a training manager, has decided that this really wasn't his chosen career. And then we lost the other manager yesterday. So the vibe of this Sunday is pretty bizarre. And here's the reason why. The whole front end of the store, the front end, it's all guys. And see, when I came here 2 years ago, I was the only guy. One of my favorite things to do is to go around and talk with people that I basically create with and work with here at the store. And Sam back from Produce, we always break out into conversations about favorite bands, music, and things like that. And we just spent like 20 minutes talking about Collective Soul. And see, that to me, when you're talking to a real fan of music, not a radio person, not somebody who's out there promoting music or anything like that, but a real fan, and you hear them share their stories about the
of bands and stuff like that. That's very inspiring to me, to see somebody actually talking about music the way that these guys do. One of my favorite games to play is watching people at the Coinstar, where they come in with their coins and they change it for cash. And so I'll sit there and look in a bag, and I'll make a mental guess at how much they've got. Like, for instance, a guest just had $127 worth of nickels, pennies, and quarters. And it's just, I would have never guessed 127. I was thinking maybe 73 at the most. A guest is wanting to find Ruby Red Ocean Spray juice. They've been to 7 different stores, and nobody has it. So I'm here. I've got cranberry cherry. It's got to be ruby red. This is crazy. You don't think that we have a delivery problem in this country still? I mean, it's crazy in the way that we do, because even when it comes to Topo Chico and stuff like that it goes away for 4 or 5 months, everybody's craving it. That's not good business, because it's like music. If you don't give me a new album every year and a half, I'm going to forget you even existed. You can tell that school starts for some areas of the city tomorrow, because there's a lot of parents inside the store, purchasing groceries, $375 to $500. We are really seriously balls to the wall. 3 and 4 people deep. We're not into that 3 and 4 people deep. So we got an entire staff and an extra staff to make sure that that we get them in, get them out, and make sure that they have an experience that's very positive. A guest comes into the store with a half gallon of milk. And right away, I know that she's bringing it back. Milk does spoil. Milk, things don't go right with it. I totally understand it. But the half gallon of milk is maybe 90% gone. There's just maybe a couple of sips in there. And she goes, I don't know why you guys keep selling me bad milk. This milk is horrible. And so bad I wanted to say, you've had 90% of it. Where along the 90% of it that's missing did you suddenly realize this is bad milk? And so what I did was to kind of just, not get tough on anything, because I believe in giving people, their, some total respect. Do you have a receipt? Nobody's ever asked me for a receipt before. And I go, today we're going to ask for a receipt. And so she gave me the receipt, everything like that. But it was just very strange. 90% of the milk is gone, and she just realizes that we've sold her spoiled milk. The CT good deed of the day. The sensors have been going off on 14A, which is back there by the freezer. And what's happened is that it drives us crazy up front, because it's going, which is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to tell us that something isn't right. And so we go back there, and I take a look at it, and I'm going, oh my God, the bolts are about ready to come out of the wall. So you go over to the section where you have tools, which is aisle number 7. I grab myself a pair of needle nose pliers, bend the paper back, and we did. And a new guy, Bill, just went by. He did. So, that's what happens. The good deed of the day is the fact that to fix it. It's like for 2 weeks, those things have been going crazy, and nobody has fixed it until CT. Dun, 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 dun.